Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It's exactly 10 minutes to 4 p.m. and William Samoei Arap Ruto is yet to announce to the country his running mate. Yesterday, his team indicated that he was going to make that announcement by 11 a.m. It is my hope and prayer that the UDA political party will give Kenyans a good running mate so that in case they win the presidency, we are not going to have another Ruto Uhuru saga. Basically, my prayer is that Ruto should not appoint another Ruto as his running mate. Raila Odinga will also make his announcement or his choice known tomorrow. And personally, I believe and I tend to think that that person is going to be none other than Karua. And the team which was selecting, making the selection, actually narrowed down to 3 people. Martha Karua, Peter Munya, and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Which takes me to the subject of this analysis today. The options available to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Because if you ask me, Kalonzo Musyoka's options have actually narrowed down. They're not limited. Kalonzo Musyoka was Raila Odinga's running mate in 2013 and 2017. And the moment President Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga entered into the handshake, and based on politics, politics always has two interests. The first interest is, always has two constants. The first constant is interest, if the interests are converging. And also the other one is betrayal. So after the handshake, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka felt that Raila Odinga betrayed him. So he started pursuing his own agenda because after that handshake, he knew so well that Raila Odinga was going to be on the ballot. Then he came up with the One Kenyan Alliance. The moment Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka teamed up with Gideon Moi, with Musalia Mudavadi and Weta and formed One Kenyan Alliance, I knew that he was not going to become Raila Odinga's running mate. And personally, I thought initially that the main idea behind One Kenyan Alliance was to create or to ensure that we were going to have a runoff. But that's not going to be the case. The truth of the matter is that as things stand today, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is not going to be Raila Odinga's running mate. I'm not ruling out the possibility because politics is dynamic. Things can change within a day. But as at yesterday, he was out of the equation. Which begs the question, what are Kalonzo Musyoka's options as at now? In this video, I want us to look at the options which are now available to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, I want you to take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, please give this video a thumbs up. Now the question is, why is Kalonzo Musyoka being ruled out as a potential running mate to Raila Odinga? Because Kalonzo Musyoka has the numbers, he has the experience, Kalonzo Musyoka has the international connection. He's a diplomat. Why is he being ruled out? In my view, Raila Odinga is not keen on having another Ruto as his running mate. Ruto and Uhuru were not able to work smoothly. In fact, at some point, William Ruto was the guy who was taking credit for any success in government. He was the dominating factor in Uhuru Ruto government, while he was just a mere deputy. So Raila would not want another Ruto as a running mate because Kalonzo Musyoka has proved and has indicated that if he was going to be the running mate, he's going to start campaigning for 2027 immediately. Number two, Kalonzo Musyoka team was infiltrated, and that makes it very difficult for anybody to work with him. Mutula Kilonzo Jr. and the rest were infiltrated by Ruto. The other reason why this is not possible is because Kalonzo Musyoka wasted so many years in Kenya Kwanza. But what are his options? In my view, Kalonzo Musyoka's first option is to run for the presidency. But why should Kalonzo Musyoka run for the presidency? Because there's no chance that he can win. Kalonzo Musyoka can decide to run for the presidency, he cannot win. Kalonzo Musyoka believes very strongly that Raila Odinga can only win if he is Raila Odinga's running mate. And if he can't be Raila Odinga's running mate, Raila Odinga is going to lose, but he's going to be on the ballot. So Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can run for the presidency. And this is one thing which his team is keen on. They want him to run for the presidency so that he's going to occasion a runoff, and then he can use that runoff to negotiate with either Ruto or with Raila. And this team has been consistent on the fact that they want Kalonzo Musyoka to be on the ballot. Listening to this member of parliament speaking today.
Kalonzo Musyoka amesimama na Raila miaka mingi, na sisi tunajua Kalonzo Musyoka is a presidential material. Kama hatutapewa hiyo kiti ya debut president, sisi tukiwa na Kalonzo Musyoka tutaenda mpaka kwa debe. Na najua ya kwamba Kalonzo atachukua uongozi wa hii nchi. Kwa sababu hatuwezi tukakaa hiyo miaka yote tukisimama na Raila, alafu dakika ya mwisho akuje kutuambia ati hakuna. Hapana, hiyo hatutaki, na kama itawezekana tutajua itawezekana Kalonzo atakuwa rais wa hii nchi. Kwa hivyo siku ya leo tuko na mkutano ya kuongea, tuhakikishe ya kwamba tumejitayarisha, na sisi tuko tayari na tuko na sahihi, tuko nazo. Kwa hivyo kama Kalonzo hayuko, hakuna Raila, na Kalonzo atakuwa rais wa hii nchi.
So in my view, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's first option is to run for the presidency. And he's not going to run to win. That one he can't do. He can't win. He's going to lose. He's going to be number 3. But the Kamba nation might rally behind him. So that's number 1. Number 2, Kalonzo Musyoka also can decide to retire from politics. That's another option. I know most of you will disagree with me. But retiring from politics is an option, because if he's not going to be a running mate, it's not going to be a factor, then he's going to be out of the cold, in the cold for the next 5 years. I don't think he'll make a comeback. If he was to be a running mate today, like if he had agreed to work with Ruto, Kalonzo Musyoka would have made a very good running mate to Ruto, for example, because Ruto was assured of the mountain, then he only needed Kamba. So he can decide to retire because things are not good for him. If he wants to be a running mate, if he wants to be a prime minister, for example, then he won't have powers. 5 years from now, I don't think Kalonzo will survive. Raila has managed to survive all these years because Raila is an enigma. Raila understands politics. He's unlike the rest of these guys. So he can decide to retire from politics. I know his team will not allow him to do this. They'll force him to run. But the best thing for him, if he can't be running mate, he should call it quits. His third option is to renegotiate, and not with any other person, but with Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta for a position. You know, BBI is a deferred dream according to President Uhuru Kenyatta, which means it can still be brought back. Then a constitutional office can be created using BBI, the position of the Prime Minister. Then Kalonzo Musyoka can become the Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya with roles and portfolios to run. He can do that because I know Raila Odinga, Uhuru Kenyatta are also desperate for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's support. Because on the other side, it's already full. William Ruto's side is full. Even if Kalonzo were to join today, he would join as what? That side is already full. There's Mudavadi, there is Weta, there is Alfred Mutua, there is Kingi. And they've penned the positions they're going to serve in. So Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can renegotiate with Uhuru and Raila. that just let us work together. I'm going to support Raila, and whoever he appoints the running mate, if it's me, it's fine, but I don't think it's going to be him. Then, after winning, then this is what I want. In my view, that would ensure that he stays in politics beyond 2022. But depends with him. I don't know what you think. And lastly, I also tend to think that he can, or he still has that option of going to Ruto and supporting Ruto. But why would he go to Ruto and support Ruto? Just to punish Raila Odinga. That's politics. He can decide, okay, you are not giving me the running mate. The thing is, I'm joining Ruto. Then he should expect serious character development. Because one thing I know for sure is that William Ruto's camp is already full. But the Ruto I know will embrace anybody, including Kalonzo Musyoka, if he were to support him. Then he can be promised certain things that, okay, we are going, when we win, we are going to do this. Ruto can easily draft a statement just to accommodate Kalonzo. But the truth is, he can only support Ruto if he wants to punish Raila Odinga. But how many people have succeeded in punishing Raila Odinga? Very few people. Majority, almost everybody who has attempted to frustrate Raila Odinga, most of them have always ended up losing. So that's a path I would also not want him to pursue. But because he's also a human being, he would want to say that, okay, let me use this avenue to punish Raila Amolo Odinga. I don't know what you think. That's my take. And in my view, I think the signs are all there that William Ruto's running mate is narrowing down to two people, Rigathi Gachagua and Professor Kithure Kindiki. If someone else is going to be nominated, it means the meeting today decided. And you also know that Raila Odinga will name his running mate tomorrow. And based on my own understanding, Raila Odinga's running mate is likely to be Martha Karua. And why Martha Karua? Those are the questions. It's going to be Martha Karua because the signals are there. Martha Karua was with Ida. Martha Karua has been so happy of late. Martha Karua and Raila Odinga are comrades in struggle, you know. So I tend to think that even the sitting arrangements, if you watch the way they've been sitting, Martha Karua has always been now next to Raila Odinga. And when Ngilu is there, Ngilu is on the other side. So Raila Odinga is interested on having a woman running mate. But for Kalonzo, I think his options are now very limited. He has to do what he got to do. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.